Hello there. It's the Thai Whisper. So I'm going to have to whisper throughout this video. No, I'm not going to do that. Hello there. What is going on, everybody? We've got some Thai Whisper news to talk about from Atomic Mass Games. They did drop some previews today, and we get a little bit more look at some of the pilots, the upgrades that are going to be able to come with this ship, the dials, and or the upgrade slots, and one of the upgrades that are going to come in this pack for use with the Whisper, and looks like it also is going to help out the Thai Silencer, so that's pretty cool. A lot of people have been asking, what are we going to do with the cloak token that comes with this pack? Well, now we have an answer, so that's pretty cool. Let's talk about this, but first I want to thank our sponsor today, Luxury Playstyle. They make these amazing full metal tokens for X-Wing. I know you've heard me talking about them already. They are really good tokens. I get a lot of offers for sponsors, and I turn lots and lots of them down because I want to make sure that if I am trying to sell you guys a product, it's a really good product, and these are really good products. So you're going to save 15% if you use code Crabbok VIP, and orders of $35 or more are going to get a free lightsaber nunchuck token in there. It's got a C on one side, a 5 on the other. I use the 5 for like counting damage on other games as well. And the C is actually really good in X-Wing for marking critical hits. So let's look at the Thai Whisper. Now, elephant in the room here, we talked a little bit about like the error on this particular mock-up, that it does not have the X, like the firing arc lines printed on it. It could be, and part of that you might think at first glance is like, oh, well, it only has a bullseye arc, and that's cool, but it also has a turret. So, it needs to have those turret arcs, and you have a portion of that arc right here in the, where my little pinky is pointing. It's boop, boop, boop. You have a portion of that arc in the front, at least. You don't have that in the backside. And a lot of people in the comments have mentioned, well, this could just be a mock-up. It could just be a mock-up. It really doesn't look like a mock-up in this photo. I've really zoomed in and looked at it really close, because they have done plenty of mock-ups before, and there's like, in these black base photos that they're showing here, it looks like these are actual physical model photos of what came out of the box, and so I kind of want to just address that a little bit with this one, because they may have already fixed this problem. That's certainly something, because again, we do know that they have had these in hand for a long time. Images of the box have been showing up for months. So there certainly allows for enough time for them to have potentially fixed this issue already. If not, though, I did talk about some other things that they might do in a previous video, so I'll put some links at the end of the video. But looking really close, this appears very much so to be an actual model. I mean, if you zoom in really, really close on the model itself, you'll even see like minor painting imperfections and just things that don't tend to show up on mock-up photos, right? So that's just part of the the things that I've been doing, looking at some of these. Also, in this particular image that they leaked yesterday, it's like they did like a strange Photoshop kind of cutting it out and putting it on a different black background. So I think they basically were just trying to cut this one out of the greater image that had the Thai bombers in there, which is interesting. I mean, if you look right here at the bottom, you can see like the silhouette of like the Thai bomber wing that was right next to it in the previous one. So I thought that's kind of funny. Anyway, we're going to talk about some of the information that we learned in yesterday's basically, I guess, social media links. They don't have the new website up yet. I know also a lot of people are asking, why are we getting this information only through Twitter and Facebook? There's a lot of you out there, and let me know that just prefer not to use Twitter and or Facebook, and basically the social media channels that AMG is using right now. And I get that. And while you're down there, if you're already subscribed, you're halfway there. Don't forget to enter to win that $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. Entering is free. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. Subscriptions are now currently half price, so that's cool. They're free. Thai Whisper. It's a Thai whisper. No. So subscriptions are free. Just click that subscribe button, leave a comment. You're automatically entered to win. So yeah, they're going to be having an basically they're working on a website. There's going to be like a Fantasy Flight Games style website. I mean, we don't know exactly how it's going to look or how it's going to function, but they're going to be getting a website, and then they'll be able to do proper articles and all of that sort of thing. I know a lot of people miss the articles because the articles kind of give context to some of the things that they show you, and I think that that's kind of important. For example, we get some of the upgrade slots for the 709th Legion Ace, which is a generic that they showed us earlier. However, we were able to see a different pilot today, and sometimes when you get an article written about that pilot, it will give you some hints as to maybe certain other upgrades that you might want to run or how their tech is designed to work, and it gives you some of the design philosophy behind this person. And making use of multiple, maybe it'll have multiple modification slots or something like that. Because if you notice, there's no mod for the TIE Whisper. And so but maybe one of the, and the only pilot in his class that is allowed to equip a modification, here's Super Crabbok, the man of 1,000 mods, or something like that, right? Like, that's not a real pilot, but what? I had to tell you that's not a real pilot. Sometimes I amaze even myself with how moronic the things that come out of my mouth. I should really edit that out, but I'm leaving it in because I'm lazy. All right, let's go ahead and do the TIE Whisper. So, all right, we've got a couple of ways to turn around on this ship, which is pretty interesting. We've got the 5K and the 4K and the 3 Segnor's loops. I always want to call those Talon rolls for whatever reason. So you have definitely a lot of maneuverability on this ship, but it's a fast ship. So we have the 5 straight that's blue, 4 straight that's blue, 3 straight that's blue, 3 banks that are blue, 2 banks that are blue, no 1 straight though. All right, so like a lot of fast TIE fighters, it's got a lot of interceptor, ideas that kind of feel like they want to belong with this thing. It's got a lot of ways to clear stress. It's got the hard 1 bank, but other than that, it's going to be pretty slow. Now, we've got double talents on this, which is a very nice thing. There's not too many ships that can take double talents, so that's nice. We've got tech, we've got a configuration, and we've got a missile built in. So that's all we have, at least for the 709th Legion Ace. It's going to be interesting to see if Kylo Ren has, double force in this one, or maybe a talent in force, or maybe he just gets force and no double talent, or no, usually, most ships you kind of get a force or a talent, but not both, right? And so it'll be really interesting to see if they decide to do something different along those lines. We have Wrath here. Now, again, if you haven't seen the Whisper already, it's got the 3 bullseye and the 2 turret. It's got the heavy weapon turret, which means your missiles are going to basically fire out the turret arc. So if you have that pointed to the rear, your missiles are going to fire out the rear for the most part. After you perform a bullseye attack, if you have 1 or more non-lock red or orange tokens, you may perform a bonus attack against a different target. This is bonkersly cool. Bonkersly? I made up a new word. Bonkersly? That word did not exist before, but now it's cool. It's like strongly and bonkers at the same time. That's pretty cool. But this is one of those pilots that I really could have used an article to go along with, because obviously are a non-lock red or orange tokens. So if you get a stress, that's going to be the easiest way to do it. And is the idea here just that he can, do a K turn and all of a sudden now get a bonus attack? Kind of cool, right? But what was some of the other things that they might want to do with a guy like this, or a girl like this, Wrath, right? So what are they going to want to do with Wrath, the Herald of Destruction? Initiative 5 too, by the way. It's not half bad. I love the fact that it can do a bonus attack. I love any ship that gets to do a bonus attack, because bonus attacks are cool. However, you're going to probably want target locks for a lot of things. I kind of like the Ion Limiter Overdrive on him. Now, this is an older card. This is not one that comes in this, well, it might come in this pack, but this is not one that was spoiled today, but I think this is just a kind of a cool idea to maybe put on Wrath, right? Because hey, you know what? If you do that red maneuver, you can now do a barrel roll. Again, you've got that bullseye arc, right? So maybe like you do that or you do that Signor's loop. Oh, I missed you. Hold on. Oh yeah, now I'm gonna line it up just right. And oh, did you gain a strain token or even an ion token or whatever? You know what? I don't mind if I get any more bad tokens, because bad tokens are helping me. Now, granted, I'm already gonna have a stress, but if I think that's a kind of a cool option to be able to do on something like this. I kind of like it. So yeah, so that's fun. Let's see. We also get the sensor scramblers. This one was also spoiled yesterday, and this one, it can go on the TIE Whisper, or the TIE Silencer. I don't know. I'm terrible with the corny jokes today. It's just it's ridiculous, and my kids are picking it up from me. Like my middle son walked up to me and he said something like like the joke, I'm hungry. Oh, hi, hungry. I'm dad. And like he did one of those jokes on me the other day. Like the bad jokes are just they're growing. So sensor scramblers, you gain a cloak token at setup. When you're cloaked, other ships can't acquire locks on you. And during the end phase, if you're cloaked or there's an enemy ship at range 0 to 3, you must decloak. And if your decloak fails, you lose a cloak token. So basically, it's just a kind of a temporary cloak. And the cool thing is you can't be locked on. And if somebody gets too close to you, you're going to have to decloak. And what they mean by if your decloak fails, it means if you can't complete that barrel roll move that comes out of there, you just lose the cloak token anyway and don't get to do the barrel roll part, but you still decloak. So you want to have the maneuverability to be able to do the decloak. But this is cool. I'm really curious what it's going to cost, but I like this. And I like that it also can work on the silencer. I think that's cool. I love when an upgrade can kind of breathe new life into a different ship. I love when, FFG has done that in the past, and now hopefully AMG will kind of take a look at stuff like this. I think this is a really fun upgrade to be able to do. Cloaking is just fun in general. So I like it. And that's really all we got as far as looks at the TIE Whisper. I think there are going to be some more Legion stuff. There was supposed to be a Star Wars stream yesterday. They had to cancel it, so they didn't say if it was going to be rescheduled or if they're just going to kind of punt whatever they were doing in that one to the next one. But there's supposed to be more reveals coming. There's supposed to be some Legion news coming out this week, so we'll be on the lookout for that. Don't expect any Armada news from AMG anytime soon. We'll have to hold off. Maybe we'll get something, during the Gen Con time window, during the next mini extravaganza. I think they're going to talk a little bit more about the mini extravaganza here in the next, in August. I think we're going to hear a lot about it because that should be at the end of August or beginning of September. I'm not sure the exact dates on that, but as soon as they talk more about it, I'll let you guys know. All right, that's all I've got for you today. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys help keep this channel running. You're absolutely amazing. And when you're going to whisper, get really close to the microphone. Always remember never to shout in your best friend's ears.